Y'all, UFO sightings are ramping up again. There's even an alleged case of interdimensional beings being caught on camera. So I'm excited to bring you guys some of the most recent and strangest anomalies in the sky. And today we're starting with one from a commercial aircraft. There was a alleged cigar-shaped UFO that narrowly missed American Airlines Flight 2292 over New Mexico. You can clearly see that it is a cigar shape, and it does seem to zip right by the plane. Check it out and let me know your thoughts. Now that is an absolutely wild capture to me. Some people claim that it could be the air pressure hole on the window. However, if you go back and check the video out, you'll see that the windowsill is visible. And in my opinion, they don't pan their camera in a way that would make the air hole go by so quickly and at that angle. Like, take a look at the video. They don't pan quickly enough for how that cylinder-shaped UFO passes by, in my opinion. And if I'm not mistaken, that flight was for February 15th of 2025. Now, the New Jersey UFO drone UAP situation seems to be back, with Scott C. Waring sharing this UFO clip from February 13th, 2025 over Brunswick, New Jersey. Check it out.
Storm, come here.
Now, although it's just some dots in the sky, I do trust Scott C. Waring to bring out his flight radar and like a sky guide to make sure they're not stars or plane. And I do trust his word as he's been doing this for so long. This next one from Sandy_0685 happened in Florida on February 15th of 2025. What you're going to see is a strange disc-shaped object, almost with like a conish top, or a almost dome with a little bulb. It's very strange. It's flying around in the sky. No one knows what it is. Smash like and check it out.
So freaky. Is your phone picking it up?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Is it one yours? I can't see. That is weird AF. Huh. Where'd it go? It's there. It's on the other side of the phone.
Now, one thing I find interesting about that clip is that it does seem to wobble a little bit. However, the person recording was zooming in and out, so I can't tell if it was an effect of their zoom, maybe it was a digital zoom, or if the craft was actually wobbling. But it was peculiar, and it definitely was disc-shaped. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But it gets even stranger and even a bit romantic. See, this next sighting actually occurred on Valentine's Day, and it showcases multiple red, blue, and green UAP over the San Francisco Bay Area. What's really strange is that you see the orbs and they tend to flash red, but the little blue orbs seem to either be coming out or going into them. I don't really know what's going on in the video. Check it out and let me know your thoughts. Now, that could have been some type of like maybe a drone show for Valentine's Day, but I don't understand what the coordination or the choreography was. Like, there wasn't a shape. That was not a heart shape in the sky. I don't know. I don't know what was happening in that video. And if it was a drone show, I'm sorry, y'all. But for Valentine's Day, that sucks. Next, we have a very strange clip. Instead of a traditional UFO, as we're used to, a craft in the sky, this person claims that they captured interdimensional beings on their security camera. Now, I want you to check out this footage. Whatever is being captured does look very strange. And some people have come up with some practical explanations for it. But I'm not so sure it fits. I'll let you check it out first, then we'll chat about that. Isn't that weird? And some people are saying that it could be the low light and the camera lag having like a weird effect on a person walking by. And don't get me wrong, I can definitely see that. But I was looking through this video and I was doing like a frame by frame. And at one point, when it captured like one of the still, it looked like the foot part was like a claw of some sort. And then just the way that what would, I guess, be considered the head or the face is so prominent and light. I mean, it could be, but the leg thing freaks me out. I don't know. I want to hear your opinions on that in the comments below. Our next UFO clip is a little bit longer, and it comes from user CNAIK1987, who was doing their normal Skywatch February 15th. I believe it was around 8 p.m., 8:49 p.m. And they noticed a strange flashing light in the sky. And they were fixated on it because they thought it was weird. They brought up apps. It wasn't a plane or satellite, so he couldn't figure out what it was. What he didn't notice until after, when he went home and started going over the footage, was that as he's trying to focus on this flashing light, there are other, what would seem at first to be stars in the sky. Then they start moving together. You see like two of them moving as a pair, then seemingly three, and it gets really weird. It cuts off a little bit from that anomaly because he didn't see that, and he was so focused on the flash. But it does showcase them again. And another thing that happens, it's very strange, is these particles, almost like snowflakes or flurries, start floating around in front of the camera. However, as you'll see, because you can see the stars, the UFO, and the flashing light, it is a clear sky. And it was 60 degrees in Austin, Texas. And as far as the submitter was concerned, it wasn't snowing at 8:49 p.m. So he also doesn't know what those strange particles were. This is a very weird video, and there's a lot going on, but I really need you to focus on those lights that look like stars and start moving around in the sky. Take a look. And I love that clip again because the person recording was not even aware of the anomalous activity with those three lights in the beginning. They noticed the Delta formation at the end and they noticed the flashing on the beginning. So they focus on the flashing, again, not even attempting to capture it, and they still captured that extra anomaly on top of everything that was going on. Those were not satellites. Satellites cannot chase each other like that in the sky. Those were too high up to be planes. They looked like stars, and they were not moving like traditional craft because they were making strange swerves. Maybe the third light that was going straight up as they were moving around was a satellite or something else, but it looked like it was stationary when he started recording. And what else I loved about the video, or the other thing I loved about the video, is that you could tell it wasn't his camera moving that caused this, because you could still see the stars and the flashing lights relative to the position of the actual moving objects. So you could tell that they actually were moving across the sky. That is, in my opinion, one of the greatest captures we've had in a long time. And I am so grateful for that video. It's so freaking cool. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I know you already smashed like on this video, so check out that UFO video, those paranormal videos, those funny and reaction videos, and just like all the videos. Go check them out.